So, here we have it. There's a heroin epidemic in middle America, suburbia, upper class America, where the victims of this epidemic aren't the suspected and likely characters. Now, I'm not doing this to poke fun. I'm just asking a simple question. Now that this heroin epidemic has shaken the white community to the core, there are members of that community looking for sympathy and help. But let me remind you, during the 80s and the 90s, the war on drugs, where the majority of the victims of drug overdose and drug crime were African American and Latino. There was no outcry for help or medical attention. There was only lock them up. So I watched the video on Facebook where some African Americans filmed two Caucasian Americans ODing on heroin. But the part that really caught my attention is when the newscaster asks, well, how come you didn't do anything? Why didn't you try to save them? And the man's response was simple. What was I supposed to do? I'm not a doctor. Somebody already called the paramedics. But the point that I'm trying to make is this. It is my opinion, because they are white, the news reporter felt that the young black man should have just did everything he could to try and save them, when he clearly stated that he wasn't a doctor or a paramedic. There are other interviewees, white people, who said it was appalling that they just sat back and watched. But was it not appalling when you guys just sat back and watched the war on drugs ravage the inner cities? Isn't it appalling when you just sit back and watch the current state of affairs within the inner cities? Why now should there be a sudden outpour of sympathy for you and yours as they die by their own hands? White on white violence, drug abuse. So, ponder the thought. You reap what you sow.